I'm Esther, the Entertained Mom, and I wanted to talk to you today for a minute about one mom tip that is very important, and that maybe you already know it, but it's got to be said. So it's to have some personal self-love and care. And I mean that in like a holistic sense, like you gotta take care of you so that you can take care of them. You gotta put the mask in an airplane on yourself before you put it on your kids. So if mom ain't happy, nobody's happy, that kind of concept. You gotta take time and make sure to take care of yourself, because if you don't, you'll go crazy and they'll go crazy and it will spiral out of control. So some tips on how to do that, because let's be real, kids are insane. Especially if you have a lot of them, and they have a lot of demands. And so how do you make sure to fulfill your needs and at the same time you're taking care of them? It's a bit of a challenge, and it can be. So let's talk about it. You can wake up early. That is not something I enjoy doing, waking up early. My self-care is sleeping in. I love my bed and my pillow, and I will stay there as long as I can. That is my love. You can't take that from me. I'm just kidding. But my kids wake up at my hubby's up at 6 and my kids are up at 6. So sleeping in is like 6:30. It's not like I'm sleeping in till 10. The good old days when I could sleep in. Anyways, doesn't happen. But if you want, I've heard of moms waking up at 5 and going to the gym just so they make sure they take care of themselves. But just make a plan and stick to it. You can stick your kids in front of the TV for 30 minutes. It's not going to kill their brains. Half an hour, 5 hours, whatever you need to stay sane, and give yourself some time. You can put littles in the crib. My mother-in-law used to make her kids have quiet time for an hour every day. She put them all in their room and said, you don't have to take a nap, but you have to have quiet time because I need me time. So you can give them toys. Here's a trick. If your kids are feeling super clingy and you're feeling overwhelmed, but if you take a breath and give them 10 minutes, set a timer and say, I'll play with you for 10 minutes, but then you need to play on your own for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is. It's amazing what 10 minutes of solid attention, just paying attention to them, playing with them, and then stepping away, they usually are a lot more able to play on their own for the rest of the time that you need them to. When they're super in your space, because they get like that. And also another tip is to do things for you at the same time you're doing things for them. Like, for instance, if you take them to the park, make that park playtime also your time. You can do that by having a friend meet you at the park and hang out with you at the park. You can do that by bringing a yoga mat and doing some workouts at the park. You can do that by playing with them. That doesn't sound like it's for them, but sometimes letting go of all the stress of life and just getting in there and playing make-believe or running around or playing tag with your kids can really ease that kind of mom tension and stress that we always feel. So do things for yourself. Find your calm, find your happy place, and go there often. Practice good nutrition, practice good workout routines, and health and exercise and wellness and all that mental stuff. Give yourself something to learn and to do and continue to grow. Generally for me, TV is not my happy spot, but it's my escape. If I'm feeling stressed, it's where I run to. So if I'm overwhelmed or if I fought with my hubby or whatever, then an hour in front of the TV, kind of zoning out, that resets me a little bit. So, but if I end up doing an all-nighter, that doesn't reset me. Then I'm just cranky and angry and things get worse. So just take care of yourself. That's my main point here, is that mamas and daddies and parents in general, they just everything can be overwhelming. And if we forget to take care of ourselves, then we're going to lose it, and mentally, emotionally, physically. You really have to make sure, like when my daughter was my first child, this was my real like learning eye opener for this, because my first child, she was 18 months old. So for a year and a half, she had woken up every 2 to 3 hours to feed. And I was like complaining to a friend. I'm like, I'm so cranky. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why. And she just looked at me and was like, you're not getting sleep. And I was like, light bulb, hello, duh. Of course I'm cranky and like impatient, and I hadn't slept for, well, plus a year and a half plus pregnancy. Don't sleep while I'm pregnant very well anyways. So, you know, over a year and a half of not very good sleep. And I was a hot mess. So, I got a book and I learned how to put my baby to sleep, and I learned how to take care of myself. You know, she learned to self-soothe over time, and the No Cry Sleep Solution book was what I used, and it was amazing. And it taught me how to teach my other babies to sleep. So she was my only baby who ever woke up a lot at nighttime. All my other babies would sleep like through the night, starting super young, like 2 months old. And I was like, this is nice. Night and day difference. Night and day, I'm telling you. Anyways, so take care of yourselves. Do things to spoil yourselves. Go out on girl dates. You know, if you don't feel like you can because your husband's always gone or working, call a babysitter so that you can do it when he's working. Go out. You don't have to wait for him to be available. My husband's gone through work and school at the same time, started his own business, and I know how overwhelming it can feel to be like a mom all the time. So make sure you find your ways and your means and your methods. Best friend, trade with another mom. You can, you know, call family. And if you don't have family, you can call babysitting. There's like a babysitting app. I don't know if I would ever use that, but I've heard of it. So, you know, you can find a church, go to a church, make friends with the young women in that church. And, you know, then you have babysitters. Like, you don't have to be a believer to go be part of a community. You can just go for fellowship. At least that's how I feel. It's worth it. So that is all I have to say about that. Take care of yourselves, mama. Find time. I know I just kind of woke up, so I'm still a mess. I haven't done my makeup or anything. But it's the middle of the COVID-19 self-quarantine, so I'm not going anywhere. So this is my happy spot right now. I'm good with all this. So anyways, take care of yourselves. Peace out.